Welcome to your December 8th, Monday Power Hour meeting with Katelyn, Carly, and Clare Fulton. I didn't see too many open houses this weekend, but is anyone online that did do them? I only saw 3 on Sunday.
We're on 10.
Good.
99 Palmdale Drive.
Yeah.
Just north on board, north 401.
Okay, Scarborough.
Bathroom townhouse.
Nice.
Priced at $699. So on the appealing price point.
Okay, so 699 townhouse.
3 groups came through. 2 represented and seemed very interested.
Yeah.
And what I'm walking away with is
Okay, so 3 groups through, 2 represented, 1 unrepresented.
Yes.
So that's not bad. That's on Saturday or Sunday? Sunday, okay.
And you're working with a third one. You're working with a third one that was not represented.
I've been communicating with them this morning, so
Nice, good for you. And they're communicating back.
yeah.
Good.
That's okay, they haven't said...
Now you did this last week too. You picked up a buyer last week. Did that go anywhere? Or?
So they're not they haven't communicated back. I kind of did it back and forth. So I just need to know a little bit about how I'm sharing my listings and how maybe I can do that a little differently to ensure they're getting that.
Yeah, that's part of it. It takes time. We know Tenant had an open house that someone else ran for you, and he's still working with those buyers too. So they saw other houses, and then they came back for a second showing. So it does take time.
But there's 2 clients you did open house last week, open house this week. There's 2 clients you didn't have 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So who did the open house for yours for Sanic? Same thing. They're picking up a couple of clients. So there's buyers out there, right?
They are out there.
That was a good price range too, by the way. So
Yeah, $699.
right?
What's the real
I
price?
picked it up because I thought it's realistic, right? So
Yeah.
In terms of what people are buying.
Are they holding offers or that's the price?
The open house is taking offers next Monday. So
Oh, okay.
So my sense was listening to the people that were walking through. So they were in the house of offers.
Yeah.
Nice.
That makes sense. That's good. Anyone online or anyone else? No. Yeah, I knew it was quiet. I saw Broker Bay was quiet from those notifications.
Yeah, we only got a couple of notifications, right? So okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm sure people's houses are decorated for Christmas and the trees up, and I mean, it'll look nice for showings, but also people want to settle in and get going in their holiday, I'm sure.
So I got a notification on Saturday about people having open houses on the Saturday, and I knew another agent that was having an open house for sure. And I thought, why didn't I see his show up?
Oh.
And then it showed up on the Sunday. So obviously he didn't do it for the Saturday. He did it for Sunday. But I just want to remind everybody, you got to remind everybody that if you're going to do open houses, make sure you've got the Broker Bay notification, you've got the Realtor.ca notification, you've got
MLS inside the listing itself.
listing itself, open house. So just don't do an open house. There's some other things you have to do to make sure that the public knows, right?
Yep.
We know of an agent that won't even host an open house unless he has at least a week's notice so they can advertise it properly. Otherwise, to just go in and just do an open house, it's pretty tough, right? You want to advertise it.
I was gonna say, if you're a listing agent looking to have someone host your open house, don't wait till Friday to ask. Maybe ask on Wednesday to give that agent enough time and you enough time to advertise it. So,
Wonder how many people show up at open houses just the sign itself, or how many people show up because of the Realtor.ca?
I bet Realtor.ca.
I think both. I think the neighbors will
Or maybe
come
the
and sign.
signs. Maybe the signs for neighbors.
It's House Sigma.
Like if you're not
Fair.
looking to go to an open house, but then you get inspired by a sign.
If you're just driving by, yeah.
I could see that. But unless you're looking online, you're going to be targeting it.
My seller kept asking why it's not on House Sigma.
I've been asked that too, because the public typically goes to House Sigma versus Realtor.ca
And was it, or
sometimes.
just took
It
time?
wasn't. It was really weird. It was on Realtor, but it wasn't on House Sigma. I don't know what I did wrong.
That's interesting, actually. Do you have IDX connected?
Pretty
It's
bad.
on House Sigma, I guess, right?
I had everything turned on.
Maybe House Sigma changed.
Phone them up and ask them.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Excuse me, brokerage. Why is it not on your website? Like, you need to be an agent here?
I wonder if it would just depend on what you were logged in as. Like, you know how they know if you're an agent logged into it now? Like, I can't use my domain here. It knows that I'm an agent.
What was your
No, the seller
response?
was-
The seller's saying the
Seller
same
was
thing.
looking at it.
But they're logged in, I wonder? I wonder if it's a login thing or...
What was your response to it? Just,
I don't know. It's on Realtor. He's like, well, someone found it. Like, I don't get it. How come it's not on House Sigma?
ask them. Yeah.
So I had somebody, same thing yesterday. Somebody said on House Sigma, the property shows as being a detached house, and we think it's a link. I said, what are you doing looking at Home Sigma for? What the hell? Home Sigma's got it's just a realtor. What do they know? I wouldn't trust that website.
That's true. They are brokered, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's curious.
Any tales from the street? We opened with that last time. It was interesting.
I don't know. Nelson, you got any tales from the street?
We have any weird issues this week? No.
No, not really. I think Varane got involved yesterday for a deal that Sanjay was doing. Agent called yesterday saying that we gave him an extension for financing, and then called yesterday saying, I don't think we can get it done. And then Sanjay said, let me get my guy involved. And then we got Varane involved to figure out what their true story was. And apparently his second job that I guess is counting income for the mortgage, he's only been there for 2 months. So I don't think that's going to happen. And we're just going to, I think we're going to release.
Yeah, sorry, I killed the deal. It took them 1 week to find out they don't qualify.
Yeah.
Well, didn't the mortgage broker go on vacation too?
Yeah, exactly.
Their mortgage broker was on vacation, and during that time, I talked to him yesterday.
So Varane's here. I'll ask Varane the question here too. That other one that we had about the offer said the seller agrees to finish the kitchen in a professional manner and finish the flooring and do this and do that.
What does finish mean?
Like complete, like upgrade, right? And then in the clause said in the event that the seller doesn't do these things, then the seller agrees to credit the buyer $180,000 on closing.
Whoa.
So the intention, in my belief, I don't know. I'm being the cop. I'm being the cop here now. I'm speculating that there's no intentions of ever to do it. That the guy wants $180,000 to contribute as a down payment. My suggestion was that the banks would discount the value of the property by $180,000, or would they?
They may not even do the deal, there's no kitchen.
Oh no, there is a kitchen. It's upgrade.
These are all upgrade.
Upgrade. So it's an old house upgrade. Upgrade kitchen. Upgrade this. $180,000 worth of upgrades. And if the seller doesn't do it, then they're going to credit the buyer. Would the mortgage do that? They wouldn't touch it.
And
Would
it's
they?
with APS.
Yeah, it's right on the offer. I mean, the good thing is on the offer. I mean, you can't do it as well. They want to do it as an amendment the day before closing, but no, we're not doing that. But as long as it's on the offer itself, then the lender decides whether they want to do it or not do it. And chances are they wouldn't do it because they're going to say the current value of the property is not it's $180,000 value, so they're going to knock $180,000 off regardless of whether the guy does it or not.
Yeah, they're not going to wait till the day before closing to decide if
Or they don't-
what
they don't
amount they're
show-
lending on.
The day before showing because they don't want to show it to them.
Yeah.
So it's funny how things go, right? So we're in 2025 right now, and then if we were in 1993, this would be common.
There was a term?
And the first thing agents would phone up Beulah Sharma is this. He says, Beulah, are you guys going to be creative financing? Or
Versus our generation, it's like, what? We're so naive. We barely even know what you're talking about.
So people are doing this today thinking, gee, I reinvented the wheel. Right? I found the way of doing things.
yeah.
It's a reinvent the wheel, and they didn't. Right? So
Interesting.
This is 1993. We don't want to.
Everyone's getting
it's
creative.
not quite in Oklahoma, but it's close,
very
right?
close.
Because it's in writing, so on and so forth, right? So.
What's the situation I was telling you about, speaking of creative, where an agent called me and said, I want to offer you $750,000, but your seller's going to credit my client $20,000 on closing because it needs some updates. I've never heard this before, so I was like, I don't know, everything's creative right now.
Let's go back to 1993. That was common.
Yeah, like this is all, it's interesting how these things are popping
And so
up.
what we say, how we do it, is look, it's not up to us to decide. It's the lender. So as long as it's in the offer, it's not an amendment. I mean, this is how creative they would get, right? They would create the offer and do an amendment the same day. And the amendment say that I'm going to give $20,000 credit. Well, wait a second here. Like the whole thing's cooked up, obviously. So as long as it's on the original agreement, and then let the lender decide.
You guys would
And the
maybe lend on that or no?
Lenders say no. You got to have.
Probably they will not.
They wouldn't, right? Even if it was on the original offer?
That's mean that $20,000 less purchase.
Yeah.
The amount's going to be credited somewhere. Like it's either in the appraisal or.
Well, they were going to call it closing costs, whatever that means.
That's all.
Buyers' lawyers don't like holding. Like,
That's right.
If you find something in a home inspection, a legitimate thing, and you say the buyer, the seller will credit the buyer $1,000. Lawyers don't want that. They want a price reduction, not cash back at closing, even for $1,000.
So you got that then too. Eh? So he's saying here that if there is an inspection on the property, and there is a $20,000 deficiency, the lenders want to see a reduction, sorry, a $20,000 credit to the buyer, or they want to see a $20,000 reduction in the price?
Reduction in the price.
Because less to lend.
So chances are, if you're doing that, then the lender's got something to say with it. And just to remind everybody here that the buyer's lawyer represents the lender.
Yep. So they need to disclose it.
So if something's cooking, something's going on, then they have to tell the lender, but this is what's happening, and the lender again decides. So.
They get paid by the lender too.
You know, the lender pays them too, right? So they have
An undertaking.
yeah, well, they have an obligation to the lender to give clear title, and they're telling the truth, right? So that's another reason why you can't be doing that kind of stuff. But it comes up when times are tough. This is, you know,
Just to get something done, right?
you know, try to get something going on there. Try to get something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Other thing is the pre-construction stuff. We're starting to get a lot of pre-construction sites that I guess I have something here about not going through. We had the Cloverdale Mall.
The Clove.
The
Yeah,
Clove, they
Cloverdale.
call it. That's not going forward. One Bloor is not going forward.
There's another one. Is it Arcadia, or what's the other one we just got notice for too?
Yeah, we just
There's a
got
couple.
notice this week. A couple other ones there too, right? Mm-hmm. Anyways, we've got some buyers who are not closing pre-construction, and agents have already been paid the first portion. So they got it would have been already paid 2% or whatever it would have been. Some builders want that 2% back. So if you've got pre-construction there, just make sure you save your money, right? Because they're looking for it back. Some never paid the one in the first place. The Clove, for instance, never paid the first payment anyways, even though they were supposed to. They must have known something was going on, so they've got to do that. Some builders, I believe it was, I want to say Mankeys. Who built the Saint? No, we just talked about that. Who built the Saint? Minto. Okay, Minto. If the buyer put 20% down already, and the buyer doesn't give the final payment, doesn't close, the builder's not going after the agent for the commission because there's 20% down. But a lot of people bought, it's called the Saint, a lot of people bought with 10% down because they had a sale going on. They're trying to sell these things. Those people that put 10% down that didn't close, they want the commission back from the agent.
Hopefully they didn't spend it.
Hopefully, well, I'm sure it's already spent because it would have been paid 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
All right.
If they do 20% down, they're okay for closing or no?
No. So the value needs to be covered.
Well, I'm not even talking about closing. So now that's another problem. I'm not sure if Minto's got the blanket mortgage or whether they're doing the current appraisal. I don't know. So. But some of these guys they're walking away from, they're only like 600 square feet, and they paid like $1 million for these things. So would you walk? Would you pay $1 million for something that's worth $650,000 today? I don't know. Curious, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
So, I mean, things like clawback policies are going to come back into play, right? We never participated very much in that, but I used to get the question a lot. I did a co-op deal with another brokerage, and they won't pay me till the project's finally closed. And that's why. So, I
Yeah.
just avoid that.
This was going on 2-3 years ago. Some brokers sort of read the tea leaves there, and they weren't paying anything anyways, so those guys would be okay. So.
That's
Good.
okay. Want to get right into...
Okay, ready into these? Anybody get any of these?
Yeah, we got them earlier this time. They've been at least 4 weeks, right?
I think they're usually around December.
It's not due till April.
Yeah.
So what it is, it's a vacant home tax that everybody's getting these. Anybody that owns a property in Toronto is getting these in their mail. And you have to disclose, even your personal house that you live in, you have to disclose whether it's rental or not rental. And it's quick to do. I went online, it takes like 2 clicks of the button and you're done. If you don't do it, it's a 3% of the assessed value taxes on top of the current taxes that you're paying. So this is a talking moment for your clients. You want to use it on Instagram, you want to use it in your email, you want to do your communication with your sellers, not just your investor sellers, everybody that owns a property in the 416, they're going to get this. So you might want to explain what this is, right? So that's that.
That's good. We know people that didn't pay and are paying their property taxes. So
Yeah, I didn't know that they just tacked it onto your property taxes.
Oh, you
I thought you got like a bill or something, but
we have a client that's been vacant like obviously.
It was vacant.
for
Oh, the
more than
property was
It's not that
vacant?
they didn't declare it, it actually was vacant.
Yes. They probably didn't declare, but it's also
Yeah.
vacant.
So if you don't declare, they assume it's vacant, so.
And vacant is 6 months or more, right? So they have to pay the 3%? Did they know that?
Probably not.
It's gonna
They
go
didn't have
through,
us as their
I'm
realtor
sure it'll
at the
be part of-
time.
I'm sure it'll be part of their litigation at some point as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's wild.
we have lots of stats. We have the month and the weekly stats.
Want me to go for it?
Yeah.
Okay, so year-end stats, anybody look at the stats? So year-end was what?
Well, so not year end yet. November.
Sorry, our month-end, our year-end was...
Our year end.
It's gonna be a similar story anyway.
So sales for the month were minus 15.8%. And prices themselves were down, anybody know? Haven't got my cheat sheet here. 6.4% average. So we kind of figured that out. Do you guys notice it was got slow in the last month or so? It seemed to be slowing down a little bit. Turning into
Slower than slow.
Slower than slower. It's a bit of a buyer's market. These numbers shouldn't surprise us. What numbers that may surprise you though, even though the sales are down 15%, if you break it down into the, let's say the 416 condominiums, if you got a 416 condominium you're trying to sell, sales are down 21.8%. Over 20% down. That's a lot, right? And prices for them, and actually 905 condos are down 21% right across the board. 21% are down. The prices are okay though. The average price only went down 1.7% for condos, where it went down, what did I say, 6.4 overall.
Yeah.
So what is selling within the price itself. So that's good.
It's actually the detached prices that are bringing the averages. Detached is 9% down. So that's where the prices are softening. It's actually not in the condos, which is really
That's
interesting.
right. So the 416, the prices dropped 9% in the 416 area, and they dropped 7.9 in the 905 area. So that's goes contrary to what you think as well, right? You think the 905 would drop more than 416, but here it is.
You think condos would drop even more than detached houses too?
Right?
True.
Wow, that's interesting. Months of inventory, it's got to be
4.9.
4.9.
Yeah, 4.9 compared to last year, 3.5. Average days on the market, so 34 days compared to 31 days. So that didn't change
And
that
that's
much.
without the cancel relist number. I think it was about 50 if I saw it correctly on your form.
But I'm also thinking that the condominiums themselves are at probably 6.3 or so to 1.
For 56 days on market with cancel relist, which is pretty long.
That's a long one, eh? Remember, it used to be. Remember the
A week.
A week. What's over? My property
If
hasn't
you didn't
sold in a
sell in
week. What's
7
going on
days,
now? The
you're
average is
stressed.
56 days, right?
I know.
Which
I've
makes
actually had to
sense.
change my entire mindset of listings because we used to be like, waiting
it's
for the
not selling in
activity,
21
the
days,
emails, the
we're
calls,
scared.
And now I'm like, hey, where's our next listing? We just need to get another
Yeah.
one so that I'm not thinking about this one. And it's just a totally different patient mindset. It's very different.
Yep. And the clients really need to know that.
Yeah. I think open houses have something to do with that too. I was thinking the other day that if you all understand that you're going to get the most activity in the first 2 weeks when you get a listing,
Yeah.
and the logic behind that is why? Why would that be?
It's fresh, it's new, it's exciting, they haven't seen it before.
Nosy neighbors.
Maybe, right? I always thought that the buyers have already seen everything that's available in their price range in their neighborhood already. They've already seen it already. So when something comes in new, then they want to go see it.
Yeah.
So you've got a very short window when the things are new. So that's when you want to do your open house as well, like the first week.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed some people are doing open houses. Not some people. Some people, yeah,
Some people, yeah.
are doing open houses every weekend, even though the property's been on the market for 2 months, 3 months. Has anybody done that? Has anybody done open houses for properties been on the market for a long time? Is it open house? I guess you're there to pick up buyers, but it's not really going to bring the attention.
If
right?
you don't do anything, don't advertise it just by itself.
So if you can do open houses, you want to do it in the first 2 weeks. You want to you want to make it done right away, right? So that's very important. And you got to look at the individual areas, and hopefully you guys look at the market watch when you take listings, and you're talking about what the market's doing for that particular property and that style in that neighborhood. You can get right into the nitty gritty. For Toronto, for instance, the prices are overall for Toronto, the average price is minus 5.8% in the city of Toronto. But some areas are minus 3.75, some places are up 1.75, some places are down 8%, some are up, down 10%. So it's all different numbers. So it depends on the neighborhood and what's happening in that particular property and things like that. Average price is $1,039,000. Last month it was $1,052,000. The month before that, $1,060,000. August was an anomaly. It was $1,021,000. Maybe that's summer market, maybe. $1,050,000, $1,001,000. So we've actually had, other than August, we've had 10 months of price reductions.
Yeah.
So the market is reacting to the buyers. The buyers are saying we're not paying this, and the people that are adjusting the prices, the property are selling. The sellers that want to hang on to their price because of whatever reason it is, then those properties are still sitting there. All right, so it's simple as that. So we've got how many active listings? 24,000 right now?
Yeah. Well, for November.
Yeah. As of, 24,500, yeah. So if we take those numbers and go to December 7th now, we're still sitting around 23,900, almost 24,000 active listings. 10,000 are condos, 13,000 are freeholds. Somebody said, I was reading something saying that the freehold inventory is all the product that is less than 699 square feet, like the small units are for sale. I double checked it and looked myself. Of the 13,000 condominiums for sale, only 1,500 of them are less than 699 square feet, so 15%. Mm-hmm. So it's good to say that the smallest things aren't selling, but 15% is not. Yeah. It's not a huge number, right? Mm-hmm. So you gotta look at your particular unit in that particular building. Vacancies still run around 40% of the properties themselves. Obviously, it's more for condos. Sales for the first 7 days in December, about 1,000. Last year was about 1,100, so we're down about 11%. So it's down about 10-11% from December of last year. And we project for December 25, we're projecting about 4,500 sales. So if we did 4,500 sales, even if we did 5,000 sales, I mean, Trev always adds another 100 or so. I don't know why, but I thought we were coming around 29 or 4,900 sales last month. We came in over 5,000. So they always add 100 to it. So if we came in at 5,000, just to give you an idea, that, again, this is for your sellers. Let's go back. In 2019, okay, 2019 before the pandemic, we did 94,000 sales overall. $812,000 was the average price. And then in 2020 came along, we did 101, even though in the middle of the pandemic, we did 101,000 sales. Average price went up to $926. And then 2021, which was the big year, 127,000 sales. Wow. Average price of $1,098,000. 2022, about 80,000 sales. 2023, about 69,000 sales. 2024, 70,000 sales, so it went up a little bit. And this year, we've already done 58, add another 5,000 to that, we're going to do about 63,000 sales. So that'll be the least amount of sales that we've had
for a long time.
In the last 15 years.
So if your sales are down,
so if you're feeling that the market's tough and it's hard doing, and then you got lots of company, right? So
what was the average price in 2022?
2022, the average price was
1193.
1193.
Up from 800 something in 2019. That's wild.
So I think the market just went crazy. The pandemic screwed us.
Crazy.
Pandemic just screwed everything up.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Right? Well, 2020, 21, 22 was okay. But it completely changed things. And I was reading something here about 5 years, okay? Like the 5 years, figure 25, this is the end of 5 years. 2020, 25, was that a good 5 years or a bad 5 years?
Wild.
Great.
It was up and down, it was left and right, it was upside down. So what are the next 5 years going to be? So we're going to finish off 26 to 2030. What do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be more chilled. I think we have some economy things going on with their friends down south. But I think overall it's going to be around. Well, what'd you guys say? It's going to be about the same as been this year and the year before. So if you're waiting for things to change, especially your sellers, I don't think it's going to change.
I don't think so either. I think
I
this is
think-
the new normal.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Need another pandemic? I think we're in a pandemic, right?
Sounds like we need
I think as soon
another
as the average price
viral.
gets below that $1 million mark, that's going to change things a lot too.
Yeah.
Like we're already at $1,039,000. I think a couple more months, as soon as you get under that $1 million mark, I think a lot more people will come out.
Yeah. And part of the problem is that 5 years ago the interest rate was less than 2%. And
Yeah.
today it's what, a little less than 4? Did the fixed rates go up this week?
Slightly.
Yeah, they
One
went,
years went up.
the bond rate went up, so the fixed rates went up just like half a point or something, or a quarter point?
Quarter point.
There
Quarter
was an
point?
announcement this week too, right? Wednesday?
Wednesday?
So December 10th is well, let me just stick here for a second. So projected sales at 4,500. We're down about 18% from November, the first 7 days of November. The first 7 days isn't a whole lot to be judging, but it is December as well. I think people do shut down sometime in December, right?
Yeah.
Leases, there's 20,000 active leases out there, split between the two of them. Vacancies, leases are 60% vacant. So there's 60% of the piece. So there's 11,000, there's almost 12,000 properties, Toronto Real Estate Board, that are vacant. They're going to have to pay 3% vacant tax. If they don't lease that place quick, right? Leases made, they're actually up 17% from last year, up 3% from November.
Wow.
So if your prediction is right, 4,500 sales, then will actually be higher than last December because we only did about 4,000 last year December.
Is that right?
So
we're
if we're on
going
track,
to be
we'll be a little bit
so we're
ahead.
going to be ahead of 10%.
The media will like that. That'll be a nice way to end your year for stats.
Yeah, if you guys are looking for stats, you would have seen in your email, actually probably got 2 emails. So if you guys are looking for the social media brick, if you guys want it for social, but then we also have the thing for you guys to bring to a listing appointment that gives you all the stats here, and then it gives you guys talking points for what's happening. If you're sitting at a listing presentation, it gives you a few points to talk to the sellers about. If you're meeting with buyers, it'll tell you a few points for the buyers. So if you are stuck on how to communicate these stats, hopefully this makes it a little easier for you.
It's very simple. We saw an agent
Yeah.
last week, had it printed in color, laminated, ready to go to his listing presentation, and the talking points are easy.
Yeah.
Caitlin spells it out for you, what this means for sellers. Lower sales activity and softer pricing means sellers may face longer days on the market.
Yeah.
It's a very simple, honest, easy, genuine talking point. Buyers currently have more choices, so homes need strong pricing and presentation to stand out. Year-over-year price declines may reduce selling power compared to previous years. So these are also little scripts for you, right? Your client's not going to read this word for word,
Yeah.
but it's to help you feel more confident going into your listing appointment.
Yeah, so that's kind of the point. And then if you want to do specific neighborhoods, I put a link in the last email that shows you the Toronto Market Watch, which Claire just had, which will give you specific actual neighborhoods. So this is obviously just Toronto as a whole, but hopefully that helps you guys a little
We
bit.
send them different communication methods just in case you all have different learning styles. So you see it come through on WhatsApp, Broker Bay, and a straight old school email. So hopefully it catches at least all of you. And if for some reason you're not getting them or can't find them, they also live in Google Drive as another spot permanently too if you want to go back and check. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good.
Vacant property tax question. If the property is vacant for 8 months, but 4 months in 2025 and 4 months in 2026, will it fall?
I think it's 6
The question
months.
months.
on the vacant taxes is during 2025 was the property vacant more than 6 months?
Okay, so it will not fall under it.
Yeah, it's per calendar year. So even though it's 4 and 4, it's actually he's going to pay vacant tax twice, 24 and 25. Going back to pre-construction, if you've got a client that a cancellation happens with the building, the client's deposit is protected. The builders are supposed to be placing in that deposit money into a trust account with bond insurance. Deposits must be returned if the project's canceled. Deposits are returned with interest within 10 days of cancellations. And deposits that are not returned are covered under the Ontario's warranty up to $20,000. So a lot of people put more than $20,000 down. But so those clients that have money there, they should be safe.
Good. Yeah, so the sales were interesting because the most interesting thing I saw was the prices for condos, because you keep reading all the media and the negativity with headlines, but prices are only down less than 2%. So I'm reading some articles, and some people are suggesting that it's the detached homes that are now the weakest segment. I think that's because they just went so crazy. I think they went over $1 million, past that 1.1. Now that's the first to come down. But something about the 416 condos is keeping the price resilience quite high. It's the second month that that's happened, where we thought that prices were going to go down even more, and they didn't in the 416 number. And we're wondering if that's because of the Toronto core becoming more active. So a bit of a surge of people going back to work. I'm reading that it's not like this crazy roller coaster surge where everybody's back to work now, but it's sort of happening slowly, and it has been for the past 6 months, where it might have been 1 day back, 2 days, so that's slowly building things back up. So condos are holding strong that way. Commute times matter again. So less people are moving out and willing to do the GO train and the huge commute now. They want to be closer to where their job is. So again, that's bringing people closer to the urban core, including downtown or anywhere where there's a subway line that's easier just to get downtown. And even rental listings themselves. So we saw rents are going up. It's also the 416 that's driving that. So it just seems overall there's activity happening in the 416 core, which is a good thing. And so people downtown, are you seeing that? Mo, you're our downtown guy. Are you feeling different energy downtown, or what's your sense of like, no?
It's just quiet.
I guess you're kind of all over. You're all over the place.
There's a daycare shortage right now.
There's a daycare shortage, yeah. Because more people are staying in the city. So that's
Well,
a good...
people need before and after care.
Aftercare, yeah, that's a big deal. And there's probably
And
a
is
shortage of that.
downtown Toronto's a shortage you're talking about, or overall?
Downtown, overall.
Yeah, it's interesting. So, yeah, it's not always what you see in pricing. So I've heard agents say, I'm too scared to take a condo listing. I don't want to deal with that, but maybe it's not as bad as you think it is, right? There's still people that are going to be looking for condos. And Claire just proved only 1,500 of them are under 600 square feet. So that's not part of our theory either. So that's good. The other trend that I'm reading about is a demographic change that's sort of shaping the way that our supply is coming. But there's a lot more listings sold by estates and power of attorneys, meaning people are aging in place longer in their home, and they're not going to long-term care homes as much as they used to. So they're staying in the house, aging in place, and then the estate is selling that house. So that's driving a lot of the supply right now as well, where that population was just staying in their house, and now it's coming out finally, and that will help prices too, because at that time people might be less greedy about the price it's selling for. Although that determines
Goes back to the 3Ds, right?
Yeah. So lots of things happening, which I think will be a good thing for our market. It's not going to be good or bad. It's going to continue being a little bit balanced, I think, as well. Yep. Yeah, same things. Everyone's just saying the road to 2026 is going to be very similar to next year as well. You want to go with that one?
No, stick to the market.
Stick to the market. It's sort of the same story overall. Inventory has increased, but we're seeing that go down more and more, right? Like end of November it ended at 24,500. Now we're already in the 23,000. So it is going down, but it is still high compared to previous years past as well. The headlines are still negative though, like Toronto area home prices drop for the 10th month in a row, as if that's a bad thing, as sales plummet in November. So they're talking about prices being down as a bad thing, when actually it is a good thing. It means affordability is coming back up. So still the headlines like the idea that sales are plummeting and prices are going down with it, but it's actually a good thing. Mostly just themes of balanced market.
So I'm going to stick to the condos for secondary. So what's the tallest residential building in Toronto today?
100 stories what?
What's the tallest residential condo in Toronto today, or actually in Canada for that matter?
Canada.
I think it's a 90 change.
I was going to say 60, but
Downtown.
Downtown? Which condo downtown? There's 1,000 condos downtown.
All of the condos downtown.
Anyways, no. Sky Tower. Sky Tower at foot of Yonge Street and 1 Yonge Street.
Yeah.
That one there. It's actually, one Bloor was taller last month, but today Sky Tower is taller. And they're still selling downtown $1,500 a square foot.
What?
Is it Tridel?
Pinnacle's the name of the building. I don't think it's Tridel. Tridel's building the one on Bloor. Pinnacle's building the one in Skytown, down at 1 Yonge Street, and they decided they're going to keep the Toronto Star building, and they're going to convert that into a hotel or something.
How many floors on site?
It's at 105 now. It's going to be 101 right now. It's going to finish up at 106.
Oh, wow.
So there's 6 more stories to go, and there's 2 or 3 more buildings to go down there too, and they're talking about hotels and whatnot. But $1,500 a square foot, does that seem high or low?
Decide for this market.
For right downtown, I mean, if Yonge Street, if you believe that Yonge Street is the center of the universe for GTA prices, then you'd think that number 1 Yonge Street's got to be the heart, wouldn't it? Or would it be Yonge and Bloor? Where would be or Yonge and
Young and Bloor is,
Yonge and Bloor have been more popular than Yonge and Queens Quay, I guess it is.
yes.
Because the subways are there.
Okay. And anybody know what Tridell's selling number 1 Bloor for? Per square foot? Not sure. I'm not sure either. So anyway, so when this building's finished, the Sky Tower building, it's going to be at the same height as the observation deck of the CN Tower.
Scary.
All right, so it's going to be pretty high. So it's only, well, you'll be able to see. It's 101. It's only got 5 more floors to go. So you'll be able to see it downtown and see it. Do you remember seeing it? Do you remember as tall as that one? And then there's another project at Yonge and it's 5200 Yonge Street, Yonge and Ellerslie. It's called the L. Anybody sell anything there?
Probably south of Finch.
I want to say it's Shepherd maybe or Finch, somewhere around there, or Yonge and Finch. Anyway, so they're in the actually. Some of these things are in. The building's almost been finished, and the building just went receivership. And so some guys have actually moved in already.
Huh?
So I'm not sure what's going on with the money there. These guys borrowed too much money, cost too much to build or something there. But people that already bought are okay, and people that it's not going to affect the consumers, but they went bankrupt themselves. So that's. But I don't think anybody bought one here, so that's okay.
That's the same developer as part of the borough, too.
Part of which one?
The borough.
The Burrell's same developer. G really? G Group. It's G Group. So this went bankrupt here. So what's the chance of Burrell's moving for?
0.
Especially at $300 a square foot or wherever they sold them for.
No.
The chance of exploding.
The unemployment rate came out for November, and it's a bit interesting because it came out to 6.5%, which was down from 6.9 in October, which is a bit perplexing because all we've talked about all year is layoffs and people losing their jobs and people being scared of job security. And for some reason now they're saying that it's the lowest it has been in 16 months. And so people are trying to figure out what's driving that decrease because it sounds good on paper. But even in Sault Ste. Marie, they just laid off 1,000 people from the Algoma steel plant. So this is happening all over, but somehow unemployment is, the rate itself is improving. So they're saying Canada added 54,000 jobs. And it's if you dig apart the report, it looks like 63,000 net addition is in the part-time workforce, linked to healthcare and social assistance sector. So even though steel and manufacturing and all those are hurting very hard, I guess they've added it, but it's in part-time employment. So I don't know how fair that is to say the unemployment rate is going down when we're adding part-time jobs, but I am reading that they've targeted youth employment, and I am reading that was a big, huge challenge for the youth right now, trying to get employment, so maybe they're trying to help out that segment as well. But it appears good news on paper. Maybe it does help with the PR of job security, but meanwhile, there's people actually being laid off, right? So that's,
You can always be cynical too. You can always say that 60 international students didn't come to Canada this year, so the local guys had to take their jobs.
that's right. There's a yin and yang of both, right?
Right, and that was
They're hiring a lot of foreign workers. So
that was the whole purpose of it, anyways, wasn't it? So these people coming here and they're taking all these entry level jobs instead of skilled jobs, right? So that was the whole purpose.
Yeah.
Those brothers are coming here. So
In a vote.
I'm reading that a lot of brothers are moving back after 5 years.
I just signed a vote here.
Yeah, saying youth age 15 to 24 also drove employment gains last month after coping with tough labor market to date in 2025. StatCan, so the demographic added 50,000 jobs in just November, coming off to a gain of about 21,000 for October. So it's the first month of job gains for youth since the start of the year.
Because of the holidays as well.
That's true too. Yeah, a lot of
Oh, yeah.
part-time, seasonal type work. So January, February might paint a totally different picture.
Yeah.
Again. That's true. Yeah, but it's happening. So it's good. Bill 60, have your clients been asking you guys about this? Your landlord clients? There's such a disparity of views. Like if you read the news, like in the landlord side of it, they're all for it. But then there's advocacy groups for tenants, you know, and they explain the same things on how bad they are for tenants. So it's such a contradicting thing, right? I can't personally see some things that are too bad, but I can see both sides of it for sure. But yeah,
I think it's calmed down a little bit. During the pandemic, it seemed like a lot of tenants were not paying the rent. We're having all kinds of hassles.
They got served.
I think we
I
just
don't-
got very picky in our selection process now. I don't think people are. I think the screening process has probably changed a lot
Maybe because
more.
I'm not getting many calls. And also, you're getting like those bad tenants. Remember that we used to get there every week. I had some crazy one that wouldn't.
I think we're just screening them more. I know we had a lease listing. We turned down quite a bit of tenants, and just because of gut checks, it wasn't necessarily because of anything wrong. It was like a feeling, and the landlord's looking to you to help them make that decision, even though it's not your responsibility. So if your name is there, you're making a pretty good recommendation for your landlord. You're not playing around anymore.
You know, the guy who had like the least credit score.
We went with someone with a lower credit score, but had a better interview, better personality, and so there's something to be said about that. It's not just what you see on paper. Like we meet them and interview them, and it's a whole process. So maybe that's why you're not getting the calls. I don't know, because more rentals are happening. We know in the stats.
Has anybody used that TREB thing yet?
Prop tech.
Prop-
The code.
Did you guys talk about that last week?
The prop check.
I think it's a great tool. Just bad presentation.
Oh, did you?
Brian was a part. Well, he was on there watching.
Did you send? Did you have it taped?
Yeah, I sent it to his boss. Unfortunately.
Oh, you were live too, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, I saw it. I called it right away. Like, dude, what's this?
What's happening?
I think the poor kid got thrown in the last minute. I think someone else was supposed to do it, and he said, "Here, you do it instead." So
It goes to show you what you look like if you don't practice your listing presentation. That's what it looks like at a seller's table.
That's what it feels like. Too.
That's probably what it feels like too.
Cringe on both sides.
Yeah.
So
but
the-
I think that tool is very good. A couple of our agents have used it, and actually they had a tenant that looked perfect on paper, and there wasn't actually really any red flags except for like the job or something, but they ended up not choosing the tenant almost because it was too perfect.
Oh.
It was an interesting one, but
That's just how our brain works, right?
They,
Too good to be
well, it was
true.
like the gut check wasn't there either,
Yeah.
so they didn't end up going with it, but it was a good tool.
And just for my brain, what's the biggest difference between that and single key? Are they very similar, or like
Very similar, cheaper.
just different
It is
products?
cheaper.
Okay,
I don't
They
know.
don't do rent guarantee. Single
that's
key do
fair.
rent to
Yeah, yeah. Which isn't a screening thing, but it's just
The
a
screening
liability.
is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these guys actually do employment verification as well.
Yeah, I think that was the big one, was employment verification maybe. Just to make sure they work there.
I don't fully understand the employment verification because it seems
I
to
just
me.
call them like we would do.
I think it
Upload
calls.
your employment letter.
Yeah, I think they probably just call the employer like we would.
Do you think they actually call them for $18? I think they just. I think they just look on the internet and see whether he
Like
shows up.
LinkedIn or something.
LinkedIn, and if it's there, it's there. It's not, then it's
So that wouldn't be verification.
It's not physically they're calling them, I don't think.
Oh,
I think they're just seeing where the company exists.
Yeah.
well, it's not verification.
It's like computer generated report, right? So.
Yeah. So I mean, you have to remind your landlord clients the service you're providing, what you're doing for them if you are calling, but not just looking online.
So remember the Ontario government and the federal government for that matter, but the Ontario government said that they wanted to build 500,000 homes or something for over a 10-year time or something like that. So then they're giving incentives to all the municipalities to do these things. And they're grading the municipalities to see how they're doing. Obviously, the economy's changed since they came up with those rules. But places like Aurora, for instance, they're saying there's 34 percentage of there's 34 communities that they're tracking, and they're saying that the Aurora got like an F grade, and because they're not keeping up with the numbers that they're doing. So Aurora got an F grade, which is a good company because Brampton also got an F grade. Caledon, East Gwillimbury, Mississauga, Toronto, Vaughan, and Stouffville all got F grades. Faring better, with a D grade, Meaning they're still not even A, B, C, D grade, whereas Ajax, Georgian, Halton Hills, Markham, Newcomsey, Oakville, Pickering, they're all D grade. The only one that made a C grade was Richmond Hill, that's it.
That's kind of fun.
So that's it on. So Richmond Hill, are they building Richmond Hill? Is there construction? Because Durham, there's lots of vacant land but no construction.
Yeah, I've driven through Richmond Hill. There's lots of stuff happening.
So which grade's better? Like a C grade is better than a B grade?
Yeah, it's like A, B, C, D.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. F is fail and
So what did Toronto get?
F. Well, they have to look at
Based on what?
like
these
new builds. CMEC, as soon as they build a foundation, they count as being a start. So these are all new builds. So, and everybody's down. You know the condominiums are down. What, they're down 90% or something, right? What did they sell last month? 25 new condos sold?
Like total.
Yeah. So.
It's interesting. This was a cute listing online. You can get a condo, $550,000, 1+ den. Already has a tenant. It also comes with 7 parking spots.
Oh, yeah.
That are all rented out right now, generating. The 7 parking spots alone generate about just over $1,000 to $1,400 a month.
Why would they be selling 7 parking
This is
spots?
at 36 Liscar.
That was a one you avoid.
This is one they're under financial. I don't know where that.
Wasn't that
case is.
Tridel, this car? Or no, this car had another
No,
one.
this was it was Abel and Liscar. It was two towers. They were undergoing some sort of lawsuit. I think it's still underway, to be honest. But is it clear now? Are they selling now? I guess $550 for 1+ den. No, yeah. So they were for a while going through some financial turmoil. I don't know what their assessments or maintenance fees or things like that are now, but someone's grabbed 7 parking spots during that time and saw an opportunity. And I do know of people all over the city who
Or
buy
just
parking
as it's
spots
for sale.
for the purpose of
Yeah.
renting it. But I bet they were super cheap during that financial time, and the guy just said, I mean, it's an opportunity.
If I want to increase the value, I'll just buy more
So now
parking
you can buy a
spots.
spot with a tenant and 7 parking spots and generate about $1,400 a month.
So this isn't the builder selling, this is somebody else,
This
like
is
a resale?
somebody
A resale?
selling it.
Oh.
So investors went around.
Why not?
Do they have a unit in that building?
Yep. So it's a condo on the market, but it comes with 7 parking spots.
For $550.
215 Fort York had that one.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people do lockers too, right? In that new build phase, they buy a ton of lockers, and then it's like a little commodity in itself.
Fort York was selling them for like $1,000.
Yeah, that's a good price for a locker, $1,000.
So this company here did a study, and they found out that properties that sold in January sold, the median price sold for, on average, 10% less than any other time of the year. And what the suggestion of the article is, if you've got a buyer that's thinking about buying, they want to buy it in January versus February, March. Why would that be?
Competition's low.
What are the 2 biggest markets? Spring and fall, right? Well, not this year, but spring and fall. So if you want to get involved in the spring with everybody else, then you're going to pay for it. If you want to get in before the market changes, you want to do it in January. So if you're doing open houses or you're doing things like that, you want to do, hey, now's the time to buy, Mr. Buyer, because there's less competition out there. There's less things out there. So if you're going to make it happen now. Yeah. You've got people that say, I want to wait till the holiday season's over, then I'll start looking again. Well, that's okay, but why? Right? If there's something out there today, you probably get it less money. Is that not true? Because there's less people out there. So if you've got buyers out there that want to wait, remind them that, hey, it could cost them 10%.
And I also wouldn't take your listings off the market either for the same reason. Like, you might not get as many showings, but the showings you do get are going to be likely serious people. Be prepared for your price reduction, but I wouldn't also take it off the market.
Yeah. So that's something to think about there too. Good.
I don't have any more new stuff.
You go, okay, so the Toronto Mayor wants to, I don't think anybody's going to complain about this. Toronto Mayor wants to add extra tax to properties that sell for over $3 million.
Didn't they talk about
That's in
that already
LA.
before? This is not new.
Right now, it's a sliding scale right now. You guys know there's a sliding scale right now for land transfer tax? Right now, the rate for anywhere between, once you get over $3 million, the rate's 3.5%. It goes from 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5 when it's over $20 million. So it's a sliding scale. The old days there, we used to do the math. Remember we used to do the math there and look at Elio and Bela here. We used to do the math and figure it out. Now everybody, all they do is go to some app or something and figure it out, right?
It's been there for a
It's always been there, right? But they want to increase it another another percentage point, not a whole lot, but it's going to generate almost $14 million to the city. So it's worth $14 million to the city, and the guys that are pricing that price range, I'm not sure they care or not. So that's the suggestion, anyways.
Why?
Why? Because they're looking for money. I'll tell you why. Because their land transfer tax has gone down 25%.
Yeah, because nobody's buying. There's nothing to transfer.
Because nobody's buying houses right now, so they're trying to find other ways to make money.
We're also talking about increasing property tax on these farms over 2 million.
2 million, 3 million, 2 million, yeah.
Property tax.
Oh, the property tax, yeah.
That makes sense. So
So last year went up 7 or 9%. Went up quite a bit
It did go up a lot.
last year,
Yeah.
and then they want to do another. I read some other 3.5%, 4%, something like that.
What do you say about this one?
I don't know. Does anybody care about it?
No,
Do they care?
only we do. The
guys
soap
care?
opera, I call it now, the iPro soap opera drama. This is a headline, 4 government fires entire RECO board. So it started off with them appointing an administrator to oversee. That administrator did let go the board, but RECO still exists as a company. Like, we still had our exit interview last week as things progress. So it's just the board of directors that they let go, and they'll reissue. I guess they'll revote for that person. But there is somebody, an administrator, overseeing all of this as well. So I think he's mandated to have a report to us by March with a whole new plan of what they're going to do with RECO as an organization.
Crazy.
I don't know, is that good or bad? Like, I know of other things the government does, right? Like,
Well, I hired this fellow here, Jean Lapine. He's a Western grad. He's done a bunch of other stuff there. What's
you're supposed to know him.
Who?
what's that?
That's why he's a Western grad.
Oh.
Western grad. Oh, you pay.
Yeah, we knew him really well.
He gets paid $2,000 a day, in case everybody wants to
Whoa.
know.
The per diem.
$2,000 a day
Damn.
To oversee the
to fire the board of directors of RECO. Yeah,
Yeah, up to 500,000.
500,000 max. Yeah, so they got a whole board of directors. So those two those two guys that worked for iPro were a board of director. One of them was a board director for RECO. So I guess they figured that let's get rid of them all. If this guy used to be board director, what are the other guys? So let's paint them all with one brush and get rid of them all.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's hard. So
that's true.
we've been going through 2 audits right on RECO audit. I think a RECO audit.
Is it done?
No. Now we're going through the report card.
It's never fully done.
And if you're an auditor, I think you got to go back to your boss with something, don't you?
Yeah.
If you don't go back to your boss with anything, the boss is going to say, "What are you doing?" All right. So what did we do bad?
RECO we've been through with our BRAs, Schedule A's.
Receipt of funds.
No, that's
Oh, no,
FinTrack,
that's
so-
FinTrack.
No. So
Jesus.
where we all, and I disagree with them, but still, on your schedule, when you guys do a schedule for your listings, both your BRA and listing agreement, you have to put on there what you're doing. But I disagree with that, though.
Our point of view is that you're going to put in there anything that you're doing over and above the standard pre-printed clauses, if that exists. So it might be photography. Their point is that you would say things like going to show you houses, but we don't agree with that. That's known. That's there. So for me, it's anything over and above what's pre-printed, and if it's nothing, then it's NA. Just that's the main point is that contract law says you can't have a blank schedule.
So if there's nothing in it, just put a cross on NA or put in there that I agree to pay for the staging if you're doing that, or you pay for the staging, I'll pay you back. Put it in there. Anything like that. Anything that costs them money. Mm-hmm. Their attitude was you should put in there like open houses and feature sheets. I'm thinking no. This is standard in the fine print. We're going to market your property. It's considered marketing. My impression or my interpretation of the law was anything that's going to cost them money or any money promises. So I'm going to pay. So if you say I'm going to stage, so you got to put that in stage. It's costing you money. I'm going to stage it at my cost. I'm going to stage it at your cost, whatever that might be, right? Mm-hmm. Your BRA, the guy says I want my money back. Oh my God, don't do it. But if you did do it, it has to be in writing. right? Because then the buyer is going to come to me or go to RECO and say, hey, this guy promised to give me money back. And we're going to say, where's it in writing? And he'll something will happen anyway. So that's the only thing. What else did they do?
The box on your BRA that used to say you can't sign a BRA for longer than 6 months. Now that line in a bubble is still there, but it's just to say that they're not represented by someone else. So we have to initial that box. That's just a reminder of that.
A multiple rep form, I think, too.
That didn't come up. Actually, you guys were very good at multiple rep forms. That
I think we're
was
good.
a check mark for us. Out of all the files we pulled,
But they're changing that
were
form.
multiple rep. We had the form. I will say it wasn't necessarily accurately filled out because we have a habit of signing all of the bubbles on that page. But it was good that we had both sides. They are going to change. It's actually the commission form.
Yeah.
So in 2026, I just did the OREA training for all the new 2026 forms. So things like CCR is changing a little bit to make it, they say make it less confusing. It's just more words, I think. And nothing major though. It was CCR and a couple other forms. So I'll announce that. And I think we'll do a big rollout of our FinTrack findings, of the RECO findings. We'll do a whole compliance quarter, I think, in 2026. I'll host something myself as well.
This year they're gonna do a 10 times change as well every month.
I hope not. Revision 3, 4, yeah. And then
So-
on the FinTrack.
So sorry. So I think RECO. What else in RECO?
That was the main things for RECO. RECO, the other stuff was for us on the trust account side. They want, reporting of each thing.
Yeah, all right. So I expect RECO because everybody's pretty good with RECO. So I have a problem.
We had RECO information guides. We had all of those. So we were
The RECO information guy was the one. that some people are bad.
Not in the sample pile that we provided. Yeah.
But FinTrack's another story.
Yes, FinTrack's another story. It's still going on.
Yeah,
we're under examination right now as we speak. The main common things I can predict that they're going to let us know is still occupations are still a little bit vague. We're still seeing things like teacher, manager. They really want to know, what level of teaching, what school, where, as detailed as possible. Honestly, the whole point is know your client and who are you working with. They want to know that information about the client. Even really small things like if they had an expired ID, like we would put the ID, but then we would say it's expired. So that wouldn't be an acceptable form of ID if it is expired. The best way to know all of the mandatory forms is honestly to use the FinTracker app. Yeah. It prompts you for exactly what is required, what you need to do so you don't miss anything. So that is the best way. I'm going to show you on the forms what needs to be filled out, but the best way to avoid that stuff is honestly using the FinTracker app.
Who here is using FinTracker now? I'm told that there's quite a few more people.
I know we have 70 people signed up, so I know there's quite a bit of you. And now we have access to all of them, so you can see them.
Yeah. So here's where I see where we can improve on the FinTrack. So on the receipt of funds, a lot of agents. We'll have to talk about this 100 times, I'm sure. But the receipt of funds, some people think that, hey, I took a photocopy of the bank draft, or here, take a copy of the certified check, or here's a copy of the deposit slip that my client went to the bank with and did a direct deposit. Here's the receipt. A lot of agents believe that is the receipt of funds. It's not. What the government wants to know is, where did that money come from? Where'd the money come from that went to the bank draft? Where'd that money come from that went to the wire transfer? So they expect us, through you, to put in the client's bank account number where that money came from. And if you don't do it, somebody just said it's not going to happen. If you don't do it, it's a $20,000 fine. Now we're going to do it.
No, the question.
You could make up a number, which is crazy.
Under FinTrack, I'm obligated to ask you the source origin account. Can you provide me the account number? And the client will say, no, due to privacy reasons, I don't want to provide you my account number. And you'll say, no problem. And you'll put in on Section C, on January 1st, whatever date, I asked the client, I explained why they declined to provide. But they want to see that you've made your best attempt to get that information. I will call out that depending on the client's reaction to that question, they could look a bit suspicious to FinTrack. They may start to question, well, why didn't they want to decline, and what was their vibe, what was their energy? So that's a whole thing that we'll talk about as part of the examination. But you're required to put something in there and to show proof that you made your best attempt to get that information.
Yeah. So don't leave it blank, right? They want to see they want to see a bank account or account number.
Want all 7.
Sorry?
I'm saying what they want. He asked if they can just do the last 4 digits of their account number. They want the actual account number.
Actually, you know what? You probably can. I thought I read something like that, didn't I?
We'll find out as part of our examination because that's one area we're going to be deficient.
Because I wouldn't want to give my number out to anything. So if you just do it dot and last 4 numbers, at least you made the attempt. You got the 4 numbers there.
Yeah.
You could do that.
We'll ask if the question if that suffice.
Yeah.
I don't think so because on the bank receipt you do have the last 4, so I don't think they would repeat that information twice. But we'll definitely clarify.
When we finish our exit interview, then we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Debit card, credit card, you on the receipt you get to see last 4 digits.
Yeah.
That's
So
not something you are asking.
no, price, yeah.
The other thing that I've noticed, they've noticed, I guess, when it comes to people that you haven't met in person. In other words, a lot of agents say, "Give me photocopy your driver's license and send it to me," and then they take that information and fill out the information. I'm making this up, right? Anybody see a problem with that? I don't know. Like you're supposed to identify them in person. And the whole idea is you're supposed to find criminals and blah blah. Who's a criminal in FinTrack's eyes? We're criminals. Everybody's a criminal, right?
Yeah.
That's the impression I get. Like we have to prove ourselves that we're not.
Yeah. So yeah, you're supposed to see the card. They call it touch, feel it, like see the physical
know
card.
your client. They call it. Right?
It's part of your know your client. And if you can't do that, that's where something like a remote ID through FinTracker would be acceptable because they actually scan the barcode of that card. The client does that. So that's another way to verify that it's a physical, tangible card. So that would be acceptable. So yeah, if you did have bad habits of just looking at the idea, use FinTracker for sure.
Yeah. So for those who aren't sure what Kari just said, on the FinTracker app, you send your client an email, and your client takes a picture of their driver's license there, and it comes back to the app. And it verifies the picture. They ask you to take your picture of yourself with your license, and the computer program will compare your face to your driver's license and see if it's the same person. A lot of people do that now. If you try to rent anything now, a lot of companies do that right now. The other thing that I see, the only other thing I can see is numbered companies or companies
I
or
have one more thing, yeah.
corporations. Can anybody tell me what you're supposed to do with a corporation client?
Article of incorporation.
We have to find who's the director.
All the directors.
All this.
How do you find out who the directors are?
The certificate, the status certificate?
The articles of incorporation?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And are we doing that?
Yeah.
We are? Thank you.
where our opportunity is on that is they actually want us to go to an online database and confirm the information that you see on the Articles of Incorporation matches a database or something else, because what they're trying to look for is that Articles of Incorporation wasn't doctored itself. So that's another further step to enhance your measure for that. The other 2 things are mutual releases. So on the listing side, we're going to follow the order of the mutual release and release that money back to that person. But if you're on the buyer side, what FinTrack's looking for is that the deposit person matches the person on the agreement. And if it doesn't, you have to FinTrack that person. And when you do a mutual release, they actually want FinTrack and receipt of funds for the mutual release. So the opportunity for us, we're going to get on both the listing side and the buy side, is that we're not necessarily asking for FinTrack forms on that side. So that might come up as something in our exam. And then the other thing is agents doing deals for themselves, not doing FinTrack forms, because the thinking is, well, it's for myself. How can I ID myself?
Or my daughter.
Or your daughter. But you actually can't ID yourself. You have to have somebody else ID you. And you are required to still FinTrack yourself through somebody like me or one of the agents or anybody. And even your kids, your spouses, your kids, your aunt, and your uncle, you have to FinTrack everybody. It's part of the deal. Especially that, because they view, even though in our brain, you buy a house for your daughter, and that to me does not seem suspicious at all. That seems normal. To them, that seems suspicious.
More
because
suspicious.
It's somebody that's not part of the deal. So to somebody like a FinTrack officer just looking at paper, black and white, not like you and I, we have a relationship, we know each other, they look at it as black and white suspicious.
And then, okay, we have to put this in writing.
We are going to do a whole training session. I will host it myself, and we will go through all of this, I promise.
Has anybody had somebody else give the deposit check for your buyer?
Yes. A parent.
A parent?
Yes.
Did you fin track the parent? Probably not. Guess what they want? They want to fin track the parent. That's called third party. When you go to this, who's the third party? The third party is somebody that's giving them money.
Yeah, and that's why on the receipt of funds form, there's a whole section for that. That's what it's used for.
And then if there's a mutual release and the money does not go back to the person that's on the agreement, let's say it goes back to the father or it goes back to somebody else,
Or a numbered company.
Yeah, if it goes
you
back
have to fin
them.
track that person because it's classic money laundering in their eyes. In their eyes, somebody created a fake deal, somebody gave the deposit, and the mutual release gave the money back, which means that the money's been cleaned. And they say it's a tactic that the fraudsters use all the time, and that's why they're checking these things out.
Like for us, it's just a failed deal. For us, it's a deal that didn't
So
go
we had
through.
one, for instance, where the father, an agent father, gave the deposit to the daughter, and they don't know who this person is. I know who it is, but they don't know, and they're saying, how do we know this? Where's the fin track for this guy? Where'd this money go? The money, like, you understand what they're saying? Like, I know. They don't know. That's where we're at. So those are the types of things that we're going to have an issue with fin track. That's why I want everybody to do fin tracker in 2026. Fin tracker answers all these questions for you.
Yeah, even the receipt of funds it can do as well.
It'll do the receipt of funds. It'll do your corporate. Do everything.
Yep.
The fin track is on top of the gift letter. If there's a gift letter for your deposit, then the fin track is still must
For that person.
You have to fin track that person. So you say, well, I don't know who that person is. Let's say he's back home someplace, right?
But not necessarily with a gift letter. That's on the mortgage side. They might. But if it's a deposit that they're giving on behalf of somebody, the deposit itself, that person needs to be fin tracked. But yeah, the gifting side probably has similar requirements too.
But the banks also ask for the
Oh, so
deposits.
all right. So here we go. Okay, so now we're going to get the political side. Political side is all the things that we just described. Brandon has to do the exact same thing.
And the lawyers.
More than that, probably 10 times.
And then when Brandon's finished doing all his stuff,
The lawyer.
the lawyer has to do the same thing again. So when they create 56,000 jobs,
I wasn't going to say it, but
it's not very hard. They'll just add another layer in there that we have to jump.
that's right. Between that and
We ask for the
RECO, I
deposit, too.
mean,
We
yeah.
just want to know where the deposit comes from.
Yeah, they've even been asking me for copies of the draft, the bank receipt, the listing brokerage receipt, like every single thing we have. And oftentimes we don't have a copy of the draft because you give it to the bank and then you get a receipt. But they want a copy of it before it even goes to the bank.
But we ask a 90-day history of the deposit. Then you
yeah.
get also account number, so it's 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's an opportunity for them to create a single database. But I mean, yeah. Can you remind them about TREB dues?
You can.
TREB dues are due December 31st.
I'm sure we've gotten lots of
You guys
emails.
get reminders, right? You get a reminder every week.
It's like
so-
every day, yeah.
I mean, are we?
This is the most I've ever
We'll send
seen.
reminders closer too, but we don't need to overstep that.
Do they stop sending it if you paid?
Yes, I don't.
No.
No, it just keeps going?
You already
If you-
paid, so-
Ignore.
Oh. Yeah. Let's see.
It's funny. I'm not, the human. We're still human beings.
You won't
'Cause
pay
also-
till December 30th.
On December 29th, I'm going to get an email from somebody. What's this for?
What is the day? Does it fall on a Saturday?
When's it due?
We'll do our own reminders on the 30th, maybe, and then I'll get the thing. Well, I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
The 31st
I
on
know.
a Wednesday.
Okay, good. So we'll be around.
They still got that fire down at Thorncliffe, eh? It's still burning. Like it's still smoldering.
Really?
Yeah.
Apparently they gotta like get rid of the walls, like the retaining walls.
It's two giant buildings. It's between the two, eh? He said it was like 25 centimeter gap. What's that? Like an inch? So it's an inch. It's burning. It's all these things, right? Okay, and what do you think, Gary? You can talk? Or?
Just got a couple events,
Okay.
that's it.
What do you think? Let's take a guess. This on the 10th, December 10th, is the interest rate announcement. Quarter point down or stay the same?
I hope it at least stays the
I
same.
think it's gonna say
Just don't go up.
I'm gonna celebrate my wife's birthday.
good
You
answer.
and everybody else.
Yeah.
Not good answer. I think it's gonna stay the same too.
I want to.
Everybody says it's going to stay the same. I'm going to say it's going to go down a quarter point.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Either way, it's
The
good.
economy is really bad.
It's good to go down.
I want to hike.
Even though the CPI went to 2.2. The CPI went from 2.4 in October to 2.2 in November, so there's a little bit of wiggle room there. I'm not sure what the Americans are doing with theirs.
Hope you're right.
All right. I don't know. Do I hope I'm right or not? If the rates go down, hopefully the prices don't go up.
Yeah.
Wow, we're in a good trend right now. Prices coming down.
Prices and interest have been going down.
What is prediction for next year? Rate of return? People ask us, we don't have any answer. I'm not Bank of Canada, but still people will ask.
Yeah.
We have no answer.
We had to play it by the ear, man.
Yeah.
Go with the flow.
There's no secret, yeah.
I think the price is going to increase, so you better buy it today.
That's right. Yep.
I said the opposite this week.
And we're only talking about $15. So every quarter point, it's $15 per 100,000. So even, so $1 million property, it's going to be a $150 difference.
That's nice.
We still need prices to come down. That's what's going to help.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, I'll just do 2 events this Wednesday, the 10th, Carly's birthday. But also 1 o'clock, we're doing business planning with Richard Robbins. So you do have to sign up for it. So it's not going to be through my platform. So I think I sent out a few emails last week. So if you're looking to do some business planning, it's all online. There's no recording. I think they're going to give us some booklets and an Excel sheet to fill out. So if you've been thinking about getting ready for planning for next year, that'll be a good session for you. I'll send out another email, but you definitely have it in there for this week. And then just a reminder that our Christmas party is next week, next Wednesday, the 17th. So if you haven't RSVP'd, how many do we need, Ginny, or do you know how many we've got? Yeah, so there's definitely more. So if you haven't RSVP'd, email Ginny so that you can reserve a spot. I did want to note that we are going to be having headshots at this party, thanks to Varan and his team. So if you are a woman, or I think most men are probably going to be wearing blazers or anything, but if you're coming as a woman wearing like a dress, maybe bring a blazer or something with you guys if you want to have some sort of upper headshot. I'm going to bring a few of these, so if you girls do forget, I'll bring a few blazers myself, probably different colors, but I was just going to recommend having that because I think some people are due for some headshots, which I was going over our website and there's a lot of people that are due for one or have never even had one. So this is a good opportunity to get something.
And you want to do it like in a business dress? That's why you.
Yeah, I think like if you guys are wearing like suits or something, or if you're not wearing a suit as a man, then maybe have a backup. And then women will probably, a lot of us will be wearing dresses, so just maybe bring a backup blazer or something to maybe go over it. I'm sure you don't want your headshot in like a sparkly dress or anything like that. So I'll bring like 3 or 4 blazers. I think we said it was a BYOB. I think Shafiq asked about it. So bring your own blazer. So we won't provide, I don't think I have any male blazers or anything, so if you, maybe if, I can bring some gold ones if you really want, but I don't have that for the guys. The girls I can cover for the most part, but.
I was reading where somebody's trying to reintroduce the C21 jacket.
Mm-hmm. They did, so they actually, you can buy a jacket. Ian's team, who, I forget what their website is, but they've just created some tan Century 21 blazers. They have men, and then they have 2 sizes for women, like a tight one and an oversized one. And then inside of it, there's like C21 layer or logo. So I don't know if they're trying to bring the blazer out. I think it's coming in with the 50th.
It was the best thing, man.
Right?
If they can bring it back, I think this is a positive thing.
Yeah. So I think maybe they're trying to have it for the Vancouver conference to get a bunch of people in gold jackets there. But yeah, if you guys want to buy that, it's good.
If you wore the world jacket and you're door knocking or something, they'd know what you're doing. You weren't trying to sell Watchtower or anything. You're actually trying to sell real estate, right?
Well, you guys still have like name tags on yours. So the Mike Ferry thing is to wear a name tag, and Claire's got a couple back there, and you have your name tag on them and with your gold blazer. So was that like a Centurion thing? Like, did you have to be an award winner, or you could just buy one?
That was mandatory at the time.
Oh, that's so
Not
fun,
mandatory, but that's the yellow jacket.
Yeah.
In Japan, they still wear yellow jackets.
Yeah, I'll try to figure out what the website is. I can't remember.
And all the other
C21swag.ca.
C21swag.ca.
Just remember, it's like in Japan they still wear the jacket. Yeah. Australia, in Italy, in Germany, like Europe, they all still wear the yellow jacket.
Yeah. So our North Americans, they wear
just
hoodies. And
yeah, we wear hoodies now. Yeah, they look nice though. We had a little bit of contribution. I said I wouldn't wear a fitted blazer, so they did make a boyfriend fit on my request. So I think I have to buy one now.
I struggle with the color a little bit.
The color is just beige, so it's not a color that stands out. We did try. It's not mustard yellow. It's one that's like maybe like the color of like USAN's beige there.
Well, I think it's like your jacket there, maybe.
It's very light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try to send a link, but this website has a whole bunch
I think
of
it's this
swag.
color here that.
This color?
No,
No,
it's
over
more
here.
similar to It's more like Hoda's jacket.
Yeah.
It's just like a beige.
Yeah, the Michael's
Yeah,
got a
Michael's
picture
got
there.
it up there.
Yeah.
Even
They're
lighter
nice.
than that. Yeah.
They're nice.
It's a nice color. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not offensive.
Oh, yeah, I have something like that, yeah.
Forever 21.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's it. That's all I got.
So we got one more meeting next week, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then it's Christmas Eve week after that.
Good. All right.
Good.
Perfect. Any questions? Anybody talk about any properties?
Any questions online? Are they good? Cool. All right. Well, have a good week. We'll see you next week. Thank you.